Oh, you know, summer in Tassie, it's a hot one. Oh, hot for Tassie. I was living in New South Wales still. I wouldn't think it was that hot, but yeah, you get used to cold down here. So yeah, 30s. Yeah, hot. Oh, 30's humid. Whenever you get hot down here, it's humid because we get a lot of rainfall, got a lot of rivers. We're an island, etc. So yeah, humidity goes right up. And that's, I suppose, what makes it feel hotter than what it actually is. Anyway, we did manage to get that guard welded together. I was going to say fully welded, but I haven't done the front edge yet. Done the back edge. That's the rolled edge from the offcut. Yeah, I just cut it up, right, 1/2 inch. Yeah, because I'd already cut this to length, so yeah, I cut that back up 1/2 inch as well. And I used a template on that as well. Yeah, because I've got to try and copy the same curve on the other side. So yeah, wrapped a bit of cardboard around here, made sure it was square with this line. Yeah, and then traced along underneath all the way around to get this curve. And then I made another template underneath so that, yeah, like I'm getting this curve right with the first one and getting it, yeah, square with the, or yeah, in proportion with the squared off edge. But then I'd put another one underneath and make this angle. So yeah, a little bit involved. See up here, you're probably wondering actually, or you might have been, yeah, why there was a square hanging off the patch and there's still a hole in there. You can see daylight just there. And then on there, yeah, fix that up and clean up. You're always going to get a little hole somewhere when you, yeah, stack and tack, so to speak. Yeah. But yeah, that was to cover the hole. Yeah, because this is the front guard. That's the hole where the indicator was. That's the hole where the tail light was. Yeah, bolt holes. But yeah, as I said, because it's curving this way and curving this way, I couldn't push that in without it. It just wanted to kink in 2 places, so I cut those 2 places. And yeah, I'm pretty confident that that'll clean up, and yeah, only require a minimal amount of massaging with a hammer and dolly. I didn't do the front edge yet. It's still just, yeah, hanging off. Yeah, that's why I've still got that left, what's left of the inner of the front guard in here. So yeah, as I said, I'll cut this edge off here and fit that onto the front, which is what I did on the other side. And once again, yeah, 2 templates. Okay. Anyway, instead I haven't bothered doing the front. I'm more interested in getting the skirt done. Basically, well, from that point, like even though the opening's not finished, I've still got to do a whole lot of work in the opening. I've still got to do a whole lot of work to the lid, but once the skirt's on, I close the lid down. It's like visually finished. It's you know, visually complete, and yeah, so I'm sort of keen to see it with the yeah, complete amount of panels on there. Right, I spoke about this on the previous video. I got a bit of pipe, and yeah, what I did, I turned this upside down. This is one of my jack stands, yeah, because the jack stand winder goes in the top, bolts onto a rim that's got a plate on it, just gives me extra lift. Anyway, I upturned that in the vise, clamped a bit of pipe onto the wheel and use map gas. Yeah, heated it up. If you're heating pipe or heating anything, you don't have to, like I had it clamped in there, had it on the wheel, and you don't go putting a lot of pressure on it. You just put a little bit of pressure on it, you know, and hold the heat on it. And you put the heat where you want it to bend. You know, so you start there, come up, come up, come up, come up, come up as you go. And when it's hot enough, it will just move quite easily. So yeah, just put a little bit of pressure on it. Heat it up. As I said, when it gets hot enough to bend without kinking, it'll bend. But yeah, of course that arch was too small. I wound it round there, and then it was too tight a bend, so I had to stick it back in the vise and open it up again. This another thing when you're heating and bending pipe, you got to think about what the metal's doing. So yeah, it's stretching the outside. Like, it doesn't really compress the inside, it just stretches the outside. So, I mean, obviously it would have been possible to put the heat on the inside anyway, because I'm bending it around a rim, but yeah, you're just heating the outside as you go around. But then when I had to open it up again, because I'd made it too tight a bend, I'm going to put it on the vents and then put the heat on the inside, because you've then got to stretch the inside to open it up again. So yeah, that makes sort of sense. And of course, yeah, then I cut the two pieces in half. And keep in mind too that, well, there's a good thing about the heat, because the heat burnt most of the paint off. So that was a bonus. It just made it easier to clean up. But yeah, then go along and clean it up with your flap disc. But take the burr off the edge. Take the burr off and round the edge, because this underside edge. Because, like I'll be reaching in under there, connect wires and disconnect them and so on. And, we'll put my hands under there to lift it on and off. And you don't want to be cutting yourself. Okay, so, and yeah, it's way easier to do it now. Just run along with the flap disc, just zip, zip, done. So, yeah, and yeah, marking it in half. That's another thing I'll show you. Okay, got myself a Sharpie, put a bit of poked it into a bit of garden hose, wrapped a bit of tape around it so it's a tight fit into the pipe. This is the pipe that I'm using, so that's the exact same size. Put it on the floor. Yeah, make sure your floor's cleaner, otherwise you're going to get zigzaggy, jumpy marks. Yeah, and then just run along it, and you've got a mark halfway. Yeah. Both sides. Yeah. That sort of comes too from something I learnt making in a video about making alcohol stoves. And yeah, this is the one I made, which is basically a copy from what someone else done. And but yeah, it's made from one of these drink bottles. Of course, that's a single one. A lot of the new ones now are a double lining, so I don't know how they go, how useful they are, but yeah. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, in cutting this, level all the way around, instead of measuring it, whatever, you just put a block. Well, this isn't going to be at the right height, but put a block there. Hold your texture up to it, which I can't do because I haven't got two hands. And then just hold it flat and turn it around. And you'll get a perfectly even line. Pick up lots of useful little things on YouTube from different places that you wouldn't expect, and yeah, but that was sort of the same principle I used to mark and cut the pipe. But yeah, you said, like, to find a piece of, you know, half round something and then try to bend it would be really difficult. But by bending it as a piece of pipe and then cutting it open, not only did it make it easier to bend, but I've now got the two pieces with the exact same bend. So I know that the two bends are exactly the same. They're out of the way. Okay, I'll set it up. Had to measure the distance, which was 100 mil. And, you know, the distance is not there. That's 140. That's not the height that you're going to measure. Yeah, straight up, 100 mil. So, yeah, then I cut these bits of fence wire at 100 mil. I got 3 of them on there. And as you can see, I put a straight edge with a panel and clamped it to that because I want, you know, I don't want it coming down and then dipping in or out or anything. I want it to come down near the same as the panel itself. So, yeah, because I'm going to have to twist this a little bit. This is still a bit, I had to twist it quite a bit up here. But yeah, I'll twist that a little bit more. That's still a bit turned down, but and not that it really matters. But yeah, anyway, and then I've started cutting a template. You'll see the line there, because I'll make that, I'll continue that out, that line, but yeah, that's so that, because there'll be holes in there, yeah, this is, the guard will bolt onto that. And, yeah, so I've got the first template, and yeah, I'll do it in 2 pieces. It's just easier to begin with, and also because I'm trying to cut it out of these pieces of steel, so I wouldn't be able to make it in 1 piece anyway, because it'd be curving up like that. It'd go off the sheet. I'd need a sheet that's, you know, twice as wide. This is not the best sort of cardboard to use for templates, you know, like this is a, what's the name for that? Anyway, yeah, it's 2 bits sandwiched together, but it, yeah, when you try and bend it, it wants to just crease. It wants to go flat, crease, flat, crease, flat, crease. So, yeah, before you start, so you can see it's marks is made. Yeah, just start it, get a bit of pipe, just get 2 hands, pull it over it till it, yeah, till it rounds without creasing. That will help you a lot. And anyway, I'm going to cut that out. Yeah, it's, yeah, because I run the Sharpie under the edge and then cut the actual Sharpie mark, so it's actually a couple more short in a couple of places. So yeah, when I lay it on there, I'll make the actual, yeah, piece a little bit bigger, a few mil. Yeah. And yeah, tack it on there. I can always chop a couple of mil off the top when I need to. You know, it's way better to be a bit long, a bit wide, than to be a bit short. You know, what you don't want is to not meet up with it, have a gap under it. You don't want that. Okay. Too big is okay, because you can just trim a little bit off as you need to. This piece here, I sort of tried to keep it inside, but I don't know if it's going to be actually sticking out too far. I will get the grinder, just grind the dags off the welds, but if it'll lay smooth over the top, I'll just leave it in there. Won't matter. If it won't, well, I'll tack up to here somewhere and then I'll cut it off, cut it out of the way and then continue. It's quite possible it's not even needed now because it's clamped onto there, it's welded to there. Yeah, I mean there's another stay up here. So yeah, it's quite possible I could cut that off now and it wouldn't move anyway. I suppose even if it did, you know, now that the patch is cut, you know, if it did drop down I can move it back up, you know, and be able to tell the height from the patch itself. So yeah. Okay, well there's probably not a lot more I can show you on that. And yeah, anyway, next video should be on, finished, ground up. It's another reason, like the intention was to clean that guard up today, but yeah, that'll be grinding. I don't want to do too much grinding. I mean, you can already see the mess, that's just from cutting and knocking little bits of paint off so I could weld, you know. If I grind that whole guard up here now, the mess will extend wall to wall and then I'll have to have a major clean up again. So yeah. It probably looks pretty messy in here a lot of the times on the videos, but yeah. I have full cleanups, yeah, at least every second day, because yeah, I just make a lot of mess and it just becomes difficult to work in it. It's actually dangerous in a way too. You can slip over or you kneel down on something sharp and yeah, so clean it up, yeah, it's part of the job. Same here. This probably looks a bit lazy, this mess, but yeah. But anything, yeah, burnable just gets thrown at the firebox, and yeah, sometime tonight I'll pick all that up, throw it in the firebox and light it up, and that'll be disposed of. But that's sort of a daily occurrence. Anyway, it's basically about all I can show you at the moment, so yeah, thanks for watching, and hit like, and we'll see you next time. Bye.